got the title of the video sorted already. 5 clean sheets in the last 6 games. Being bluntly honest, that was probably one of the worst games that I think I've watched this season. I think that in the first half, certainly while it was 11v11, I felt like West Brom were probably looking slightly more threatening of the two teams, but I didn't really feel like we were going to concede, but nor did I feel like we were really going to do anything going forward. I don't think Sunderland had a shot at goal until after the red cards, so I could be wrong on that one, but it just goes to prove my point that even when you're not at your best going forward, keeping clean sheets makes a massive difference. Now, don't get me wrong, the next season I do want better than this, of course. The season ultimately hasn't been good enough, and we know that. But at the end of the day, we're safe. Ride home about, doesn't it? What a way to ride home about it, staying in the bloody Championship for another season, but it's much better than League One at least. But yeah, I thought that, to be fair, at the end of the first half, we started to show a bit more urgency, as you'd expect when you've got a man advantage. But obviously, it's not always easy to take advantage of a team down to 10 men. We've known this from previous experiences with the Lee Johnson against Shrewsbury and Accrington in League One. There's 2 prime examples when we were ahead in both games, and then we've somehow ended up not winning both of them. But saying that, look, we managed to end the first half reasonably well, and then scored from a corner. West Brom, I don't know how on earth you managed to concede from a set piece against us, because we are literally one of the worst teams from a set piece I think I've ever seen. But fair play, decent corner from I was going to say Harry Styles there. Callum Styles, decent corner, and then Ekwah just basically just hits it first time, and then it manages to go past everyone into the top left corner. Second half, we didn't threaten as much as I personally would have liked, especially against 10 men. And obviously that allowed West Brom a couple of their moments to try and get back and snatch a point from the game. But at the end of the day, we ended up doing enough. We saw the game out reasonably comfortably, even if we did give the ball away a little bit too much. But at least it would be good to try and end with a few good results and some good performances as well. You know, even though we know we're not going to be doing anything really, like at least end the season with a bit of momentum going into the summer, and then in turn going into next season. We still know the issues. I've said this in previous videos. We still know the issues about the striker thing. We know we need a central midfielder in the Corey Evans type who's experienced ideally. But at the end of the day, it is so Sunderland as well, isn't it? Because we've lose spectacularly at home to Blackburn. Although they beat Leeds away today, which is a really good result. Wish we'd been the team to beat Leeds, but never mind. Regardless of that, though, and then we end up, drawn away at Leeds, and then we beat West Brom away. Albeit, obviously, the circumstances of the red card did affect things. Thomas Asante's red card, if I was to quickly touch on it, I felt they were both definitely yellows. I might need to look at them back, because again, I've only seen the action once, really, but I don't think personally you can have any complaints with either of them, but there you go. We know how to be fair, even if they weren't, either of them were yellow cards, although I do think both were. If neither of them were yellow cards, you know how atrocious the referees are in this division. So I'm not saying any more than that. But look, it was just good to end the week with a win. We've got, 5 points this week, 3 clean sheets. And again, it just gives, like I said before, the clean sheets, it just gives you the platform to go and end up winning games and to get points from games. But obviously going into the next season, I do want better. There's not really much to talk about in regards to the game, because I think it was probably one of the dullest games this season, but I'm personally someone, yes, you like to be entertained, but I'm someone who is results first, entertainment second. So we've ended up getting a win. Let's try and see if we can finish in the top half if we can. And the good thing is Millwall won today as well, so although it won't work like this necessarily, I'd like to hope that we have I think with Millwall being all but safe, I think there's a better chance we beat them next Saturday. But you never know, the Championship doesn't work like that, so we'll wait and see you next week. But let's just try and enjoy the last few games heading into the close season. Anyway, guys, I love you and leave you. And if you're someone who watches me videos regularly and you're not subscribed and you think I've earned it from you, hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us. And yes, unless anything happens in the next week, see us for the Millwall game. Safe journey back to the mental Mackhams travelling from West Brom, including Acacia and Nicky. Really, really good people. And yeah, until next week, away the lads.